Lukan Online here with my special guest of the day. She goes by the name, well, you know what, I was gonna introduce you, but I'll let you do it, not that you need to. Who have I got with me today?
Maya.
Maya's here, I was gonna say in the building. Well, we are in the building. How are you doing, Maya?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. It's a pleasure to be sat here with you.
Likewise.
Obviously, legend in the game, been here for so many years, doing so many things. People name their favorite artist. Maya's name always comes out. So I'm gonna say it's amazing to be here with you. You're here in London.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
It is beautiful. I got lucky, sunshine.
Oh, you did, yeah. No, you took the perfect time to come. 2 weeks ago, it wasn't like this.
Really?
It definitely wasn't like this. No, so perfect time.
Before London, I was in Croydon, and it did rain.
In Croydon?
But London has been perfect.
Okay, so first and foremost, be careful with this, okay? Because when you talk to people about Croydon, Croydonians think that Croydon is London, right?
Of course.
So if you tell them it's not London, they get really upset. So it's cool now. If you ever go back to Croydon and say, "Oh, it's nice here in London," because obviously you're in trouble.
That's funny.
But no, Croydon's all right. Croydon's a nice area. Why were you in Croydon?
I did the Made in 90s Fest.
Oh. I knew that.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy it?
It was fun.
Really fun. I really wanted to go, but I missed it.
It was lit, actually.
Yeah, no. So I'll just say off air, like everyone that went said they enjoyed it so much. Like everyone had a great time. Like,
it was such a great time. The music, the DJs were awesome too.
Yeah.
A lot of Caribbean music. Because it rained, I wasn't expecting that many people to show up.
Did it rain on the Saturday?
It rained. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still good vibes.
But it was clear by the time I got on stage.
I've got to say, actually, on that, I'm a little bit upset. You just reminded me. I saw certain people hugging. You don't know this, but you've been my girlfriend for years, okay? You and Keisha Cole and Monica, you've all been, so just so you know, right? But yeah, so I saw Illa and various different people taking pictures of you, so I'm going to go and speak to them. I'm not happy, all right? So I'm going to defend your honor, okay?
Who are you talking about?
Facts? Facts,
Oh.
and presenters and people that were at the event. So I'm going to catch you all. I'm coming for you. But let's talk about you, Maya, as the artist. Been around for like when I was growing up in my teens and I was listening to your music. How did you get started?
I got started in DC. I was doing a lot of talent shows, singing at school, national anthem. Yeah. But I also was in the gospel choir at school. Okay. So that's where I think singing began for me, outside of just my bedroom and wishful thinking. But I was also in the arts heavy. So it was honestly just music around me since I was born. Yeah. My dad is a musician. I was
gonna say, My
mom's dad is a musician and orchestrator, arranger. He writes sheet music for every instrument in an orchestra. Really? I was also in orchestra. Yeah. So it was probably the natural progression. I'd been also in the arts for years since I was like 3 years old. Okay. Performing. Yeah. And singing came first as a recording artist, but my plan, my initial plan was to do Broadway and go to school and study theater.
But then what happened?
But the recording deal came first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So I've been able to, incorporate all of those things into my show from time to time and be in the movie Chicago. But Broadway is definitely something that I look forward to in the future.
So if you had both at the same time, the music and Broadway both appeared on your desk, you could do one or the other. But obviously the music came first, so you took it. But if both were on your desk, where would you have gone? Broadway, would you have gone music? At that time?
As a solo artist, I would have chosen recording artist.
Really?
Because that's less of an opportunity that comes knocking at your door on a regular basis.
Yeah, fair, okay.
Broadway is always there.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And obviously have to stay, conditioned to do Broadway. Yeah. 8 shows a week.
But you got to stay conditioned to do the performance part of it, of the music. And your live shows, you can't be running out of breath because everyone will see it. So
yeah.
And you've always been in shape anyway, Maya. So as far as we know, anyway. So
not always.
As far as we know, always in shape. And you've always and you seem to be getting younger. So you're doing something right.
Well, I have some things to work on, but I'm definitely aging, maybe gracefully.
You're definitely not.
I sure am, in beautiful ways, in many ways that nobody else could see. But I'm loving it. Yeah. And I'm embracing it.
Yeah.
It was another year or day on earth. Just grateful.
So recently, so there are times with artists that we see loads of them, then we don't see them for a little while, then we see them, then we don't see them. So with you, we didn't see you for a little while, but now you're back out. You've got new music. We saw you on the BETs. The BT Awards, was that a month or two ago, maybe 3 months ago? I can't remember what it was now. Was it?
Last month.
Yeah. Was it? Oh, my bad. I don't know. How was it like? So how does it work? How do you get the call up for that? Is it just randomly you're there and then you just get a phone call? Oh, we've got this BT. Would you be interested? Is it works like that or how was it?
One of my business partners, they knew the producer.
Okay.
And they were actually scouting talent for a segment called 106 in Park that I actually was,
Legendary.
I think, the first female performer on.
So were you?
In 2003.
Okay.
Yeah. So BET is my initial first home. That's my first job, in television as a posse member and dancer on a show called BET Teen Summit in 1997.
I don't know who got that.
Before I hit the scene as a recording artist.
Oh, okay.
And so it was like a full circle moment. But Jesse Collins, the producer of this year's BET Awards, casted me. Yeah. And invited me to be a part of that. And I had two choices. Of songs to do. The musical director and I, Adam Blackstone.
I was going to ask you how you chose.
He was pitching My Love Is Like Whoa, but I felt like it was too mid-tempo. And I thought that maybe Case of the X would bring more energy, especially with a dance break. Yeah. And nostalgia.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Actually, to be fair, No, I think that's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually. What is your favorite song that you've ever released as a single? Because you've got so many. So one of the favorite singles that you've released.
As far as the major catalog or independent catalog goes?
All of it. All of it. Since your first ever album.
As a single.
Yeah.
With a music video, I would say Damage is my most favorite song that I've released as a single and music video.
You know what song you might, I don't know if you know this, but like a lot of people, when I'm like, sometimes I'll be DJing, dabbling and all the rest of it, but you know what song people really like of yours, which you might not be aware of? It's not necessarily your song, but you're on it. Soundtrack song.
Take Me There.
Really?
Is that what you're
because it always surprised me how much people like that.
Me too.
Okay, but people love it. Yeah. People love it.
Right.
Okay, so I didn't think you'd even know that.
Someone told me that yesterday.
So I'm not lying then. Okay, cool.
It's so wild.
People love that song.
I can see that when I perform that song live. And also being from Washington, D.C., we have a staple music sound. It's called go-go music. It's very percussive. Yeah, okay. And so we do the go-go mix of that song, to take it to what we call Chocolate City. And I bring my staple sound from where I'm from to that song. So Chocolate City, I don't know what that means where you're from, but Chocolate City, when I hear about Chocolate City over here, there are a group of guys that come over and they're called Chocolate City. Really? And they do a lot of stuff so it's different. So what do? They do stuff that I would be attending. So okay, gotcha. Like male dancers. That's Chocolate City, yeah. So when I hear Chocolate City, that's what I think about. So I'll just erase my brain. Chocolate City is probably because the demographic there is predominantly African American. Yeah, okay. Yeah. A little bit racist, but okay, right. Well, like per capita, the population is very, very deep. Yeah, no, I hear it. Chocolate City, yeah. Again, when I hear Chocolate City, I just see. Anyway, right? So no, it's not dance. So the BET, you did that. What was it like? So I'm assuming that you met people that you've not seen in a long time as well when you were there. How was that? I met a lot of new faces, and a lot of new faces as well. Yeah, for years. But I've also, I had the chance to say hello to a lot of people in TV, and music, and even my old dancers. They were there. Yeah, from 20-something years ago. With you or dancing for other artists? They were dancing for me. Oh, okay, wicked, okay. In the past, but they were dancing with other artists. Oh, just not dancing at all. Maybe they were choreographing. It was just a family reunion. Yeah. It was wonderful. No, that looked like a really good event. I loved it. So with you, I saw something ages ago with you as an artist, going from being a recording artist to an independent artist. Now, you were probably one of the first people that we ever heard do that, maybe. I'm trying to bring my mind back. Looking back on it now, how do you look back on that time in your life? Like, I imagine at the time it was probably stressful because being independent now is completely different to being independent then. When you look back on it, is it something that you're glad happened?
Yeah.
It was the ultimate blessing.
Yeah.
Yes. At first, it's very questionable because you don't know what
Absolutely.
that means.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what it entails.
Yeah.
What you will have to show up to do behind the scenes, the many different hats that you will need to wear.
Yeah.
But I've learned over time, and it's been so fun.
Yeah.
Because it's very freeing creatively. You get to see what comes in, what comes out, goes out financially, be in control of your budget, generate your budget, of course.
Controlling everything, aren't you, really?
Yeah. You are the investor.
Yeah.
But there's a sense of peace and like peaceful sleep at night, if you ever get to sleep. But the reward is amazing. You know, there's no box, there's no ceiling.
You say peace, but I'd imagine it's much more headache at the same time.
I wouldn't even say headache. I would just say task oriented. You have to really want it. Yeah. If you're going to be an independent artist, there's a lot of things that I've done alone because I wanted it that bad, and I wanted something to come into the universe that bad musically, that I was willing to be the lawyer, the agent, the manager, build a team, whatever it takes. Yeah.
And it's the best thing that ever happened to you.
It's the best thing that ever happened. It's been a true blessing. It's also been an education. Yeah. Because I know so much more now than when I was just an artist. Yeah. You know, and as an artist, I'll choreograph or I'll produce and I'll write songs, but that's just the creative side. Now I'm empowered and I can also give something and create empowerment for other people.
Wicked. Okay. Yeah. Let's move it on to 2025 where we are here right now. We got 2 new singles out now. Yeah. Yeah. So what are the names of the singles?
Face to Face dropped in May. And it is definitely a vibe. And if you're just kind of chilling in your car by yourself or with someone, cleaning your house, it's definitely one of those songs that makes you think. And it also gives confidence. So it starts from an observation place where you're looking at the world or even your own life. And realizing that, hey, what am I doing here? Am I doing it because I love it? Everything that glitters ain't always gold is the first lyric. And there's a lot of questions when we have those self-conversations. So it's really self-awareness, self-examination, analyzation to a powerful place and then getting to work. So doing the work is all in that song. But I even mentioned God twice and making sure that my walk is in faith. Not by sight, because nothing is guaranteed.
Facts.
But I think the goal is always to step 1 foot forward at a time and just keep stepping, even if you have to pause on the stair. Keep going
and keep believing.
And keep believing. That's what Face to Face is.
Okay. Are we going to get a new album or EP from you this year then?
So second single, Give It To You, is the summer bop.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I completely skipped that, didn't I?
It just dropped last month in June, right after the BET Awards.
So Face to Face, I can't find it on Spotify.
It's on Spotify.
Is it? Okay, so I've received that on my email, but I didn't see it on Spotify.
Uh-oh.
Maybe it's just me, or maybe there's something going on, but no, okay, so go on.
Yeah, so Give It To You is that fun summer record, completely opposite.
A bit retro though.
Yes, retro, 80s, the vibe.
Even in the costume with the 80s glasses.
Colorful fun. Barbecues, cookouts, outings, house parties, you know, when we're outside, skating rinks, that nostalgia is there.
Absolutely.
And it's reflective of some of the album and what you'll get, because I'm tapping into my living room when I was a kid and all the joy that vinyl collection that my parents had influenced me to get into music, but also brought smiles and prompted people, especially myself, to dance. You know.
So we've got an album coming out. We can look forward to that around what sort of time?
This year, fall.
Yeah. Okay. October-ish.
Yes.
Okay. I know I've got to wrap up, but because you just said about your parents and their music collection, so I just want to know one more thing before we do that. Who would you say growing up was your favorite artist to listen to?
My favorite artist.
Actually, I've got 2 more questions for you. So go.
2 artists?
No. 2 questions for you. So favorite artist growing up.
My favorite artist growing up to listen to. Surprisingly, I was obsessed with New Edition's Candy Girl. When
really?
I was like 4 years old.
Okay.
And then the Jackson 5. Because they sounded like kids to me. I felt like they were my
Oh,
age.
so you could. Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Growing up.
Yeah.
And then obviously in my teen years, it changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I started listening to hip hop, LL Cool J.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
But it's so wild to look back.
And what about now? Who would you like to listen to now? Obviously, not yourself. Any other artists? Who, if I was to search your Spotify, whatever you listen to, who would I find on your raps at the end of the year?
List?
Yeah.
Ooh, it varies. I mean, I have a lot of folks on my rap list. I can range from like Bun B to the South to Tink, because she flows too. She's a singer.
Oh, Tink. So yeah.
For the new school.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of folks. Rico Nasty.
Bun B's a surprise though. I wouldn't have expected that.
I mean, I have a mixtape, and it's kind of based in the South.
Fair,
but I still like a lot of trap music. I like Southern music. I like slow music, Trey the Truth.
Yep.
I like to vibe, but I also love classic hip hop. So you'll find Nas and Jadakiss on my playlist. Fabulous. I have a reggae playlist. I have dance hall. I have soca. I have the 80s funk playlist.
Obviously,
of course. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Old school R&B, bedroom playlist, like all of that. There's a lot of people.
It's a lot. Listen, Maya, I know I've got to wrap it all up. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for taking the time to see me today. And
thank you.
I'm glad you've enjoyed your time in London.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.